The first snowfall of the year fell in Kiev on Wednesday, blanketing Ukraine's capital in a blanket of white and raising concerns about a possible Russian attack on the country's energy infrastructure. Last October, Russia launched months-long waves-sustained attacks on critical infrastructure, leaving millions of people without heat, electricity and water for parts of the winter. So far this year, such attacks have been sporadic, but many fear Moscow is simply waiting for sub-zero temperatures to set in to cause maximum disruption and distress. It has been a hot autumn and Russia has postponed these attacks. But they will definitely come. We are preparing, Ukrainian National Security Council Secretary Oleksiy Danilov said in an interview in Kiev. Danilov said he had recently returned from an unannounced visit to London, where he met with various security and military officials, including Britain's National Security Advisor Sir Tim Barrow and Chief of the Defence Staff Admiral Sir Tony Radakin. Although Danilov did not go into details of the talks he held in London, he said that strategies to protect Ukraine from winter infrastructure attacks were one of the main topics. Our friends, including those from the UK, are helping us solve these extremely difficult problems, he said. The cold, snowy weather is raising concerns in Kiev about a potential Russian attack on Ukraine's infrastructure. Also Wednesday, Vladimir Putin used a virtual meeting G20 group of leading economies to claim he was looking for a way to end the war, in an unusual change tone for Russian leader. In fact, Russia has shown little willingness to negotiate on any terms other than the surrender of Ukraine. And Putin's words are unlikely to signal policy luck. In addition to fighting on the front lines, Moscow forces continue to attack Ukrainian cities with drones and missiles every day. On Tuesday, British Defence Intelligence speculated its daily briefing on the war in Ukraine that Moscow was stockpiling missiles preparation for a major attack. The statement said, "There is a high probability that Russia will use these missiles if it repeats last year's attempts to destroy Ukraine's critical national infrastructure." It was estimated that approximately 40% of Ukraine's energy infrastructure was damaged between last October and January. Large parts of the country were left without electricity for weeks and all households were asked to ration their electricity consumption. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskiy said in October that if Russia followed the same tactic this year, Ukraine would respond in kind. Kiev forces have carried out a series of attacks in occupied Crimea and inside Russia, often using drones. There have already been sporadic Russian attacks on infrastructure this year, but none on the scale of last winter's attacks. Drones hit several facilities over the weekend, causing temporary power outages in more than 400 communities on Saturday. Authorities said they